Hi guys, welcome. Today I'm here with the new moon in Sagittarius, which is going to happen at 20 degrees and 40 minutes tomorrow. So it's gonna happen December 12th, yes, 12/12/2023. So let's see what kind of aspect it will make, and let's talk about Sagittarius archetype and about this new moon. We discussed that many times, but I'm going to keep repeating myself because if you are new to astrology, you might not know that the new moon is new beginning, and the new moon is actually when the sun and the moon are merging together in heaven. So they are in the same position, in the same sign. And right now they are in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a mutable sign, and it is a fire sign. Sagittarius actually rules the ninth house. It rules long distance traveling, aviation, podcasting, publishing, higher education. It's also rules the elder siblings for you as well. And anything with legal matters and foreign matters as well. All right, Sagittarius itself, it is also a warrior sign. Why? Because Sagittarius has an arrow and a horse, right? It is the centaur. So you can imagine, like actually Hungary ruled by Sagittarius and Jupiter, and Hungarians were really, really good, like 2000 years ago, with horseback riding and actually with bow and arrows. So Sagittarius is that kind of warrior. And the ruler of Sagittarius is Jupiter. Jupiter is the most amazing planet in astrology. It is blessing. It is the cosmic Santa Claus. Jupiter is optimism. And, it's like actually expanding wherever it goes. So it's giving you abundance and it's giving you hope. And as I said, it rules aviation, long distance traveling, and publishing. So the new moon over here, when the sun and the moon merge together, it is a new beginning. But right now, this new moon is going to conjunct with Mars. Mars is in 13 degrees, Sagittarius. So Mars loves to be here because Mars is fiery energy. And in Sagittarius, which is a fire sign, it loves to be here. Whoever Mars is very assertive, very aggressive, and very fiery planet. Mars represents courage as well and bravery, but your inner warrior. But Mars is also infection, cats, fights and wars, representing wars. And right now, over here, we are going to become the warrior of freedom. Sagittarius is freedom. It's seeking for higher knowledge. It's seeking, it rules religion and spirituality, philosophy as well. So actually over here, we are going to be advocating and we're going to be really assertive to seek for freedom for ourselves. Don't mind the house system because of actually I erected the chart to Miami. So the host system, wherever you located, you can actually erect a chart for your location and it's going to influence you better. All right, but I'm going to talk about the aspects here and the archetypes and what can it bring for us. And then I'm going to talk a tiny bit from each individual sign. Okay, so Mars is the warrior. So yes, indeed, we are going to start to fight for our freedom, for our free speech, free education, anything for our freedom. This actually is going to square with Neptune. Neptune is confusion. Neptune is lies many times. Neptune has a lot of amazing properties, like, for example, it rules miracles, it rules forgiveness, Mother Teresa. It rules glamour as well, higher octave of love. However, it could indicate lies. And because of when you check the new moon and it is conjunct with Mars, so we're gonna fight for something or of freedom. And because of Sagittarius also rules the television as well, this square could indicate we have been told lies, we have been misled, and we're going to fight against that. And who are we going misled by? Look at Neptune. Neptune is also going to make a sextile with Pluto. Pluto is in Capricorn. Capricorn is the government, Pluto is power. So it could be shadow government, it could be power for people, it could involve the news and social media or anything like that we're getting our information, so that is filled with lies, misinformation. All right, so that's one aspect and one translation. And let's see what else it does make. North Node. North Node is our purpose. North Node actually is in Aries, and it's going to make a beautiful trine, the new moon with North Node. So North Node is anything to do with where we are heading collectively. So North Node in Aries, unfortunately, indicate many times wars and conflicts between countries. And I'm telling you why between countries, because of we have right now the eclipse between Aries and Libra, and Libra is going for peace, Aries is the war. North Node over there indicate, like we're going to have significant conflict between countries. So, but right now it is trining. Trining is an aspect which is very favorable. It's almost like granted. It is Jupiterian in flavor. So what should we know about this? Right now, because of we are courageous enough to stand up for ourselves, to saying the truth. Actually, Sagittarius is the teacher, and Mars in Sagittarius always want to talk the truth and seek for the truth and fight for the truth and liberation. So with North Node trining over here in Aries, which is ruled by Mars, and the new moon is conjuncting Mars, it is like no question about that we will be brave enough for stand up for our rights or constitutional rights or whatever it is in your country, because not everybody lives in America, obviously. But you are stand up for that. Maybe you are supporting education. Maybe, you are standing up for TV media, like against AI, for example. There was some kind of major conflict, the actors and actresses and the script writers were like stopped working because of they were standing up against AI. So it could be something like that. Definitely standing up against censorship, so your voice will be heard. Or you know what, there could be a lot of peace protest over here. People are going to say the truth. We don't want no war anymore. And actually right now I have a song in my mind, and that is Matisyahu, One Day. And some of you knows about that probably and know that song. And like he's singing about like one day, hopefully, our children can play together and there will be no more war. And that could be that kind of speech we are standing up for here, or that kind of purpose. All right, so what else? So let's see the Lord of this new moon. The Lord of this new moon is Jupiter, as I said, the blessing archetype. It is very prosperous. Jupiter is in retrograde, so it's not very powerful at this moment. Retrograde is mostly when you are, it's still blessing you, but that's not that potent. In Taurus, Taurus is a tangible earth fixed sign. Jupiter over here, actually, it's helping us to increase our values, increase our material or luxurious items, for example, if you or comforts. So it is a blessing for us with our earnings. And, you know, if you, for example, Jupiter in Taurus could be great to collect or buy farms or buy farm animals or invest in that kind of thing. Or invest in arts, because Taurus ruled by Venus as well, and that representing arts as well. But here Jupiter is in retrograde, so it's not that powerful at this moment. And look what kind of aspect Jupiter going to make. Jupiter going to make a beautiful trine. We were talking about trine, it's a blessing. It is a Jupiterian energy. The sextile is Venusian energy, the square is a Martian archetype, and the opposition actually is Saturnian archetype. But so Jupiter, the Lord of this new moon, is trining Mercury. Mercury is the planet of communication, the information, the ability to actually process information or knowledge, the newspaper, the news, what we read, and it is, you know, like trining. So actually it's going to have 3 trines, because Jupiter is in retrograde. In 2 days, Mercury gonna go retrograde as well. And because of their retrogradation, and because when they're gonna go direct, they're going to meet up in heaven and trine in heaven 3 times. The last trine between them gonna be in January 19, 2024. So whatever starts right now or started 2 days ago for you, the blessing between Mercury and Jupiter, it's going to unfold and fulfilled in the 3rd week of January. So definitely some kind of writing project. And it's very good if you are a writer, or if you are doing, you know, like if you have a school, even if it's online school, or if you are seeking political career, because it's in Capricorn, so it could be political career. And why is Mercury important right now? Not just because of its trining with the Lord of the new moon, but Mercury is going retrograde in 2 days, on the 13th. And it's eventually on the 23rd, right before Christmas Eve, going to dip back into Sagittarius. So next year, we will have actually Mercury retrograde in fire sign. So it's very impulsive energy, impulsive talk. We want to say the truth. We're not going to hesitate. It is like, you know, doesn't matter if even if it's gonna retrograde in Aries, you know, like spitting it out and don't care about the consequences that we are saying. So very fiery energy. So it's gonna go back to Sagittarius, where he wants to teach, he wants to speak and educate, and wants to say. And you know, Sagittarius could be a little bit of like, I know it all kind of sign. So Mercury over there, like, yes, I will know it all, you know, I did my research and you cannot fool me anymore kind of situation. But that's why it's very important. So, but it is a blessing. It's very, very beautiful for us. And it's going to oppose Venus. Venus is actually rules over here, Taurus. So it's opposing Venus, and Venus also not in the best position, because Venus is in Scorpio. So it's in not 4. It doesn't like to be here. She doesn't like to be here. So this opposition actually is a Saturnian energy. It's some kind of challenge and conflict. And the challenge, and because of Scorpio rules bank system, it rules anything to do with shared resources. You know, it could be like a stock market as well. Venus is currency. So it could be some kind of conflict between currency and or values or earnings. So it will be maybe like some banks around the world going to stop giving out money, or somehow lock your money down. It could be like that, and especially because Jupiter is in retrograde. However, you're standing up for yourself. Mercury is there, and Mercury is in good position. And Mercury is actually sextiling with Venus over here, which is going to make a small grand trine, a mini grand trine here. So actually, even with this kind of opposition, it still could become a positive energy later on. So yes, that is the fight for our liberation, advocating for peace and education, standing up for your, maybe, you know, it has to do something with they want to fire the dean, or you know, because it's misspoken and you are standing up for them, or some kind of values and morals that you or for the integrity of the school or integrity of yourself, but definitely it is that kind of freedom fighters. Yes, it's remembers and reminds me of freedom fighters. And because of Neptune, we don't want to listen fake news anymore. We don't want to be lied. We don't want to live in fogginess. And it's not necessarily fake news. It is only like, I don't want to live in fogginess. I just want to see clearly. I need clarity. I need common sense in my life kind of situation. So yes, North Node is involved over here, right? And what else? I have my little note, and it's also going to square Juno. And where is Juno over here? Okay, Juno is in Virgo, so it's going to square of Juno. And Juno is, you know, anything to do with loyalty. So this square could be like, okay, who is loyal to me? So if I'm gonna speak up, I'm going to see who is Switzerland, who promised to me they're going to have my back, and I can go to war against something, some kind of protocol, but actually they're not going to be loyal to you, and they're not going to be and go with you. So it could be that kind of situation. All right, guys, then right now I'm going to stop sharing over here. Okay, I still keep recording. Yes, I still keep recording. Okay, and then I'm going to try to talk about each individual sign for each of you. So let's see what's going to go on. Okay, so I have to go back and check the chart for each individual sign. All right. Aries rising and sun and moon, but first of all, rising. The new moon is going to happen actually in your 9th house. You know, 9th house, anything to do with higher education, philosophy, long distance traveling, publishing, exploring philosophical ideas, anything to do with foreign matters, language, passport, getting your visa. But Neptune is going to square with this moon, and Neptune is in your 12th house. So, you know, you might actually have some kind of vivid dreams over here, but it could be like you are escaping from reality and you are actually going to seek for some kind of spiritual retreat, like ayahuasca, whatever, but it's not going to be, it's going to be an escapism for you somehow because you are confused. Jupiter also going to oppose Venus, and it involves your 8th house. 8th house, anything to do with your intimacy and your shared resources. So it could actually indicate some kind of issue with your significant other, and maybe there is with shared resources, or maybe you're going to seek for therapy with your significant other. And Mercury also going to trine, and that's from your 10th house, and Mercury is trining with Jupiter. So it is excellent for career goals and your public ambition. And, you know, you're actually exploring and expanding your public image. Yeah, that could be that. All right, Taurus rising, sun and moon. What's going to happen with you? So the new moon is going to happen in your 8th house. 8th house, anything to do with your deep emotional connection, with your intimacy, joint resources, joint finances, and your psychological transformation. Neptune is in your 11th house, and it's going to square. So you're going to have to face some kind of challenge in your friendship, something with the way they are expecting you to behave, or, you know, that is some kind of idealistic expectation from you, something with to do with your group dynamics, which is actually going to be confusing. You might have to enter a new social group, and it's going to be really confusing, and you don't want to do it anymore. And Jupiter opposing Venus, and it's going to involve your seventh house. Seventh house, anything to do with your relationship, anything to do with legal matters, with friends, one-on-one friendship, and actually it could be your significant other as well. So there could be some kind of tension over here, and the tension is between your personal growth and between your partnership as well. And Mercury is going to actually trine with Jupiter, so it is very good to discuss long distance traveling or educational pursuit if you would like to go and take a university class, or some kind of philosophical insight as well. All right, let's go to Gemini rising, sun and moon. What's gonna happen for you guys? So the new moon is going to actually oppose to you, and it's gonna happen in your seventh house. So it is something to do with your partnership, something to do with your business partnership and with your significant other. You might going to get engaged or married, and you can actually, you know, rekindle a romantic relationship, or it could be something like I'm going to actually have a business partner finally. All right, and Neptune going to be in your 10th house. That is anything to do with your careers and with your career goals, your reputation, your honor over there. So, you know, it could be some kind of, you have to be careful in navigating over here, because you might going to like your boss, or you know, the CEO going to have a crush on you, and you have to navigate very carefully over here. And Jupiter going to oppose Venus in your 6th, so you have to actually balance out your work and your health routine over here. So that's very, very important, because of your spiritual health, and mental health is also very important over here. You might be overly tired, you cannot sleep at night, and you know that could actually affect your health or your work. All right, Mercury in your 8th, so that could be really good. Actually, the trine going to affect your 8th house. And it is very good to do some kind of researches if you are a researcher, or anything to do with documentation, or hire a private detective, or something to do with investment, or go to hire a therapist with your partner. So this is a good opportunity to communication, or actually invest in stock market. All right, let's say Cancer rising, sun and moon for you guys. What's gonna happen? So the new moon gonna happen in your 6th house. 6th house, anything to do with your work, with your daily routine, service for others, with your pet, with your rental property. Yes. So what can happen over here? You might going to have a new rental opportunity, or actually buy a rental property, and you can actually, you know, have a new tenant, for example. Definitely you're going to have some kind of new health regime here. So something to do with a new work project. You might going to get hired after a long time. But Neptune is in your 9th house, and it's going to square. It could indicate some kind of confusion between work and education. So maybe your work said, we're going to pay for your higher education, and they won't, or we're going to let you go because of, I know you have to attend the university, but somehow they're not going to let you to travel. So there is some kind of, also it could be some kind of spiritual expectation from you at work. Maybe they only hire Christian or Muslims or Jewish, you know, whatever, but at work, and you didn't say your religion, and then it's going to be some kind of confusion over them. All right, so, and then Jupiter going to oppose Venus, and it's going to involve your 5th and 11th house. You know, that it has to be something with your children, with your romantic partner, love. affairs. It could be something with your investment and speculative business and creative expression over here. So actually, there could be some kind of clash between your friends and with your romantic partner, or because of your kids, you are not invited to events. So yeah, it could be that. And Mercury going to trine Jupiter, and it's going to actually happen, involve your seventh house. It's very good for negotiation, or it's very good to get married or engaged, or you know, it's very good actually for a court case, like if you are winning a lawsuit, if you want to hire a mediator. So those is really, really good for you. Leo rising, sun and moon, let's see what's going to happen for you. So the new moon going to happen in your fifth house, which is going to boost your romantic life, your intimate life, your mojo, your creativity, your pleasure and joy. So anything with artistic project, anything to start with a new romance, to get pregnant actually could be really, really wonderful for you. Actually, to have some kind of creative project with your children, and this is holiday season, so it's going to be a joyful time with your children as well, Leo rising. And then it could be like maybe you're going to find an agent, a record label studio, and you're going to sign a contract. Okay, speculative businesses, winning lottery could also be positive here, but it's going to square off Neptune in 8th house. So there you go. You might going to win a ticket, but it's that kind of false ticket, which is like Neptune is like, oh, that was a joke over here. But you know, all right. But because of the new moon is very, very powerful here, and Mars is here as well, I would say it's not that kind of joke, because it would be ugly. I would say maybe like you win the ticket, but you already have million way to spend it. And, you know, like, okay, I'm going to buy a house, I'm gonna buy a boat, and you spend it all right away. So careful with your spending. Yeah, Neptune in the 8th house. It could, or, you know, it could be like there is a lot of attraction between you and the romantic partner, but the romantic partner has fetish or lying about himself or herself. So yeah, all right. Confusion actually in intimate matters and in joint finances as well. Jupiter also opposing Venus, and it's going to involve your 4th and 10th house. So that's going to be a tension between your family life and between your career. And then Mercury going to trine Jupiter, and it's going to involve your 6th house. So that is amazing, effective communication, which is health-related or work-related matters. Or if you would like to actually adopt a dog or, you know, like a cat, some small animals could be very good for that. All right, Virgo rising, sun and moon, what's going to happen for you? It's going to happen in your 4th house. So 4th house, something to do with your family, your living situation, your home, something to do with relocation perhaps, and invest in home. So it could be, or you know what, you're just going to redecorate your home or reinvent something at home. You can actually find your biological parents, or you know, it could be really good to get that ancestry, whatever, you know, like create a family tree, for example. So it could be really good for that. All right. It's also going to square Neptune, and Neptune in your 7th house. So there is some kind of misunderstanding between you and the significant other in over here. Something, an unrealistic expectation from your significant other, and you know, it's going to drive you nuts. And then, and for example, not arguing about how much should you invest in renovation, things like that. And then Jupiter going to oppose Venus, and it's going to be 3rd and 9th house matter. So you have to actually balance out communication with your close relatives, with your siblings, your neighbors over here. Yes, so it could be involving some kind of issue with your neighbors or with your younger and older siblings. It could also actually indicate some kind of challenges, challenging with the traveling. So perhaps around Christmas, the traveling could be sorry, the traveling could be a little bit difficult for you guys. And then Mercury going to trine Jupiter, and it's going to involve your fifth house of creative ideas, your children, your romantic life, and everything is going to actually benefit from here because of this is a beautiful trine, and it is like signing contract with an agent, selling your artwork, selling your lyrics. So it could be really good for that. All right, Libra rising, sun and moon. What's going to happen for you guys? The new moon going to happen in your third house. Third house, anything to do with your nearby community, short distance traveling, selling, new opportunities for communication, buying a car, buying new communication devices, anything to do with your neighbors and with your younger siblings as well. And Neptune is going to square actually from the sixth house. So there is some kind of confusion between work and short distance travel. So your work, maybe you have to work overtime, and that's why you're not going to be able to go for Christmas vacation or to visit your family. Or it could be something like your neighbor is reporting you are working from home and you're not supposed to be because you are living in an HOA community and they're not allowed to have that. So some kind of disruption over here with work or health, or, you know, like in the neighborhood, something is happening with water. Neptune is the water and you are not capable to drink that water, and it's health related issues there. Okay. But definitely, the third house matters. It could be like bringing new community sense, and it is good. And it could be bring in a nice neighbor for you. And Jupiter going to oppose Venus, and it's going to involve the second and the eighth house. This is the financial houses over axis over here. So it is something, a clash in your financial matters, the way you are earning money and your values, your personal values, and your material desires over here. So you really would like to have more, but you don't really know how to achieve that. You don't want to live check by paycheck. You want to be able to actually save and have a saving account. That's kind of a clash over here. And Mercury going to trine Jupiter, and it's going to involve your fourth house. This is really good actually regarding to anything to do with home-related decision for relocation, renovate a home, redesign a home, having a new family member moving in with you, or, you know, like actually even expanding your family and planning another baby, for example. All right, then let's see Scorpio rising, sun and moon, what's going to happen for you guys. So the new moon going to happen in your second house. So it is potential for new income source. And actually, it's really good something with a new value, the way you are actually earning money over here. You're going to have a possibility to earn more money with this new moon. And then Neptune going to square from the fifth house. You really have to be careful with your romantic life and with your creative pursuit. I'm telling that because of, you know, you can get hired, for example, for photography, or you can get hired for some creative project, you become a DJ or something like that, and they might promise you to pay a good price, but they won't, or they delay payment over here. So you have to be careful with that. Jupiter going to oppose Venus, so it's going to involve for you actually, so Venus is in your first house, Jupiter, yes, in your seventh. So that is a tension between your personal desires and actually the need of your significant other or your relationship over here. So that is a conflict, a clash over here. And Mercury going to trine actually Jupiter, and it's going to involve your third house. That is your community, your neighborhood. Anything to do with actually a car, you might going to be able to purchase a new car. You know, it could be something like I need a new software. I have to clean up my computer or buy a new computer. Don't do that until Mercury goes retrograde, because most definitely you will have to, you know, do some, you know, like repurchase and other one, or, you know, some difficulties could come up with the purchase, not coming in time, or, you know, things like that. All right, let's see Sagittarius rising, sun and moon. Sagittarius, this is your new moon. All right. So if you have a rising, a sun, or a moon, or any, maybe even a stellium in Sagittarius, this is your moon. This is a new beginning, and it's very, very powerful because it's very personal. It's a new project, actually. Something to do with your appearance, something to do with a new haircut. You decide to okay, I'm going to lose weight, or I'm going to clean my closet, and I'm going to have a new wardrobe. The way I represent myself going to change. But it's going to square Neptune, and Neptune is in your fourth house, is Sagittarius. It's something to do with your family, something confusing over here, or idealistic issues over here. So maybe Neptune in the fourth house, you were really nurturing, and you are very creative, and you did always the decoration for the holiday season. But right now you need to take care of yourself. You're going to have a new project going on, and you're not going to have time to do things like that, and your family going to suffer from that. Jupiter opposing Venus, it's going to involve your 12th house and your 6th house. So hidden enemy and open enemy, something to do with hidden matters over here, conflict with your spirituality, conflict with your dreams. You might not going to be able to sleep a lot because of you have a lot of work and you have to work overtime. It could be also like, you know, like your mental health and your physical health could be in conflict. You know, like you have to actually stop eating a lot of sweets. What I see over here, Venus could indicate that. All right, let's see what else is happening here. Mercury trine from the 2nd house. So what's happening here? Something to do with your personal values. So actually, it's going to be amazing for you. The work, your career, your work is going to create opportunity to earn money. So this is really good. Get a bonus, get a bigger paycheck right now for you. Communication, anything to do with publishing, to writing books, could actually indicate like you can become a bestseller. All right, Capricorn rising, sun and moon, new moon in your 12th house, anything to do with actually spiritual pursuit over here, with your subconscious, anything to do with hidden matters. 12th house rules the underprivileged as well, and hospice and hospitals, and foreign lands as well, faraway countries. So there is an opportunity for you to get a job actually on a field like a nursing job, or open up an Airbnb in a foreign country or in an island somewhere. So that could be really good. But there is more. So there could be some kind of issue right now, which is like you could crave actually for some kind of addictive supplements. So it could be a craving there. Then it squares Neptune, and Neptune is in your 3rd house. So there could be some kind of miscommunication because of you are not very articulate, or maybe you are very articulate, but the way they are understand, but somehow when you are talking, because it's in your 12th house and it's your subconscious, it's not coming through the way it's supposed to. So there is an opportunity over here for misunderstanding. And 3rd house, anything to do with your neighborhood. You know, like careful what you are telling to your neighbors. Maybe it is just like you should not talk about your secrets or your secret desires or your dreams, because of they can copy you, they can take your you know, like your creative property, which is like yeah, you know, like your movie script, what you want to write. And yeah, so that kind of situation. Mercury trine actually in Jupiter, and it's going to involve your 1st house. So let's see, yeah, because Mercury is in Capricorn, yes. So your personal communication style is going to change, and it's going to be, it's expressive, and it's going to be very abundant and beautiful, and maybe even spiritual. Or actually it could be really good to start a podcast or publishing or writing a book. Yes. All right, Aquarius rising, sun and moon. Let's see what's happening with you. So the new moon is going to happen in your 11th house. 11th house, anything to do with your community involvement, social circle, anything to do with your groups and with your friends. So there is going to be a lot of events you're going to be actually invited to. And it could be like some kind of new group you're going to associate with, and who has really, really similar values or morals. So you're aligning with those. And then also it could be really good to getting paid from your career or getting bonus from your career, because it's second house from your career house. And then Neptune going to square, and Neptune is in your second house. So something to do with your finances, the way you are earning money, right, over here. So it could be like maybe you're getting a bonus, but you're not necessarily like the amount, because you've been promised more. And like you've been promised 30,000 and you get 15,000, and you are like, oh, I really wanted, Christmas is coming, or Hanukkah, and like I really wanted to have that money. And then we have Jupiter opposing Venus. Venus is not only beauty and love, but it's currency as well. And it involves your 10th house and your 4th house. So there is definitely some kind of indication of a challenge between your career and your home life, your family life. So you might have been inspired professionally, and you are taking a lot of time for your career, and your family is going to miss out on you. And then Mercury is trining with Jupiter, so it's going to involve your 12th house. It is really good and effective to say to write your dreams, and to have a dream journal, to write a movie script, to do some kind of artistic, intuitive writing. It could be amazing for that. All right. What else? Okay, so last but not least, that is my Pisces rising fellows over here. So let's see, new moon is happening in your 10th or 10th house, anything to do with honor, reputation, and with your career. So there is a new career opportunity and advancement, something with public recognition over here, something to setting professional goals. If you want to have a doctorate, for example, to do a TED talk, to go red carpet, it could be a potential opportunity over here for you. And it's going to square Neptune, and Neptune actually rules you. That is your modern avatar, and it is in your first house. So there is some kind of confusion the way you are representing yourself, and the way you are represent your company. So also your personal identity, it's a little bit foggy right now. So maybe you are very dreamy, or maybe you are always sleepy also. Yes, it could be that. And Jupiter going to oppose Venus, so it's going to actually involve your 9th and your 3rd house. So anything to do with older sibling, younger sibling, long distance traveling, and short distance traveling. So be the tension between that, the tension between the opposition over here. You do have the desire to travel, but should I go long distance or foreign country, or should I stay domestic? Or in relationship dynamic as well, between friends or education, should I take something skill-based, or should I go to university? So that kind of conflict over here. And then Mercury going to trine Jupiter, which is going to involve your 11th house. 11th house, anything to do with your community, but community is like your social circle, and it's very good for social networking actually, and making friends, but making friends who values you, and actually they are helping you because it's a higher social circle, Pisces. So they want to support you, they are going to take you under their wing, and they're going to help you. with something, with a writing project, with publishing, with journalism, things like that. All right, guys, so if you loved my videos, please don't hesitate to like, subscribe, and comment below. Commenting below is really helping me because it's going to actually help me to the algorithm to recognize me, and that's why I'm going to have more inspiration to make more videos for you, obviously, right? So yes, please comment below and share it with your friends and family. My 2024 analysis is up there, so please check them out. And if you would like to have a personal reading with me, don't hesitate to check out my website, which is urbanwitch.org. All right, this is Cosmic Insight Astrology. I am Krisztina, and bye for more. No, bye.